Hello again, everybody. I'm trying to not turn the lights on until I absolutely have to. I've got the window over to my left, which is west. Of course, that doesn't mean anything to anybody. Open and giving us some lighting. And right now, I've got my L&K Presents special guest Ron. I'm sure Ron will be joining us here pretty shortly in the chat room. I was going to do a totally different thing that I'm going to end up doing, but I noticed a while ago I was trying to use this one right here, and it was going to be the Wednesday evening transferring of an iMovie. That's what I was going to do in this Sony Vegas. But you'll notice it's a black screen, and the only thing on there is Wednesday evening transfer of iMovie. So I thought, well, that's strange. So I went to my L&K, which is just a screen capture. I went to my second one, and again, it's black. And I went to my third one. Well, it's working. Well, that's odd. So that one works. I go down to the fourth one, black screen. Fifth one, well, that works too. That's kind of odd. 6, black. 7 should be black. Or no, yeah, 7's going to make no sense because the video is gone. And the next one's same way. I couldn't figure out why. Then the one that, why is this in the corner? I could not figure out for the life of me why. Well, it's simple. And I'm going to go back to this one so that I can show everybody what happened. I'm pretty sure I can do this. Thanks, Ron. Glad you could join us. I had to change the format a little bit because as I just went through and showed, a lot of my stuff is not working. So, and I know why. It took me a second to figure it out. So I'm going to jump over here to this first scene, and I don't remember. Well, I'm going to do this the easy way. So I'm going to go back here to L&K, and I'm actually going to minimize this, and I'm going to minimize where I'm watching it from. And I'm going to, now you just watch me go through, and it showed that none of this stuff was working. And I know why. So we're very simply just going to go up here to the recycle bin, and there's the reason why all those scenes disappeared. I am cleaning my system up, and I moved a lot of stuff out of my downloads into a 8 terabyte hard drive I was given, and I didn't even think about it until just now when all of a sudden all this stuff is gone. So if I put this one and this one, I'm going to have to sit here and do a lot of thinking on what this is. Might take me a minute. Unfortunately, when you delete stuff to your, here they all are. So there's this one. Yeah, I'm going to have to do a lot of thinking. So that's enough to start with. So we're going to go in here to, we're going to right click on this one that's highlighted, and it'll restore all that stuff back. So all I'm going to do is restore it, and it flashed on the screen, but you probably didn't get to see it, but it's done. So we're going to jump back over here to OBS, and if we go up here to the first one, still nothing there. That one's always been there. Nothing there. Still nothing there. Nothing there. Well, that's interesting. I really thought by restoring them back to where they came out of, it would allow me to do it. So no problem. We're going to jump back over here to this one. We're going to minimize that. And we're going to come over here. Let's see here. Go into this. Look at some more here and figure out what I wished I would have paid attention to their names. I mean, obviously the MP4s, I can tell them, but I don't. Huh. Alright, no big deal whatsoever. And I'll show you why it's not a big deal here in just a second. Yeah, I like what I accomplished. My son gave me this 8 terabyte drive, and it is right here. So I went in there and I put all the stuff from, as you can see here in a second, I put all the stuff from my download folder into this 8 terabyte hard drive, and then I deleted them from the download folder. So at least I know, and then I changed the names obviously. So now we're going to jump back over here. We're going to go into this first scene. We're going to go to raindrops. We're going to go to properties. All we're going to do, and I don't know if you're seeing this or not, so let me move this over here to see if you're actually going to get to see this. And I don't think you are, because I need to be on my, okay, maybe I can do it this way. So I'm going to wait and see if this pops up on here. Yeah, it's right here. It might be really hard to watch. In fact, I got a funny feeling it is hard to watch. But all I got to do is go in here and change my source. It's in downloads. Well, there's nothing there, so of course it can't do it. So I've got to go find where I put those, and it did restore them. But I know that it is on D drive. So I'm going to minimize my D drive. I'm going to go to my D drive right here. I'm going to go into my OBS file, and I want the raindrops. So I'm going to click on that. I'm going to hit open. I'm going to leave everything as it was. I'm going to hit OK. I'm going to go back to scene 1, and I can just about guarantee you there they are. So I kind of figured that out on my own. I didn't have to do any Google research or anything else. I figured it out, which is good, on my own accord, and that's a good thing. Both the cameras are still working. I still don't have any. Oh, that's on that side. Okay, cool. So I don't know if the music's playing. I can't hear it, but I solved that problem. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to go to my second scene, and that was called River Flowing and Raindrops Both. And it's back, I guess, because once I changed it. Oh yeah, because the way I did it, any place I've got raindrops, it's going to show up because it's stored in OBS For example, if I come back up to here, yep, that's good. I'm good with that. So we're going to go find the paint, and it's showing being in download 2, so we're going to go browse, we're going to go back to D drive, we're going to open up OBS, and we click on paint, and hit OK, hit save, OK, and that'll change to the paint. So now I actually have 2 running, but you're not going to know it because there's one over the other. So if I turn the paint off, raindrops is there. If I turn the raindrops off, put the paint back on, then the paint's there. So that was that. I'm glad I figured that out. I just now got to go back and kind of remember what I had on each of my settings, and I really don't remember. But any place I go to now that has either of those in there, so this one had an image, and I must have downloaded it, so I'm going to click on the image and go see where it was at. Yep, it was in downloads. So let's go see if I can find it. And again, we're going to jump over to D, OBS, and this one was called something I'm not seeing. I thought I had read. Oh no, this one was called this. Click OK, and lo and behold, there it is. Hopefully it's showing up full screen. So that's cool. I'm glad I did that. Go to another one real quick. I'm going to get rid of that one. There's the paint. It's obviously going to show up because it's now got the source. That's going to show up. So the planes are gone. And again, you just go in, downloads, browse. We know it's over in the D drive. We know it's in the OBS file. And we know it's a plane. And it looks like some of my files disappear, but that's fine. And it'll show up, or it should. There they are. There are the planes. Simple fix, and I'm just really amazed at how simple this was to fix. Really, quite honestly. Go down to the next one. Oh, the Hollow Earth. Now I don't know if I got that one or not. I thought that I did, but I don't remember seeing it when I was over here. I'm gonna go look. Nope, I don't see it. So that's interesting. But you know what I can do is change my search parameter. Hit OK, and the Hollow Earth should pop up, and there it is. So yeah, good. Glad I figured that out. Now we can continue on with what we originally were going to do, or what I originally had planned on doing. And that is, I'm going to leave it to Ron to let me know. Hey, Ron, if someone comes into the chat room and says something, shoot me a message on Facebook. It'll ding on my phone, and I can check it out. Because I'm going to minimize this, and I'm going to maximize this. And then I'm going to go actually back to my full screen. What an effect. It's an infinity. Yeah, I'm crazy. So earlier today I went out and I shot a video, which I think is right here. Yeah. So where's my volume?
And then I'm going to see if I can put it into my
video editing software without having to convert it. There's the big chicken coop. Got about another 3 or 4 weeks to keep the tarp up to keep the wind down, and then we'll. So we know it works. That up so we know it plays. Like they're doing something. Right there it is. It's amazing how. So we're going to turn. We had 11.5 inches. We're going to turn that off for now because we know that it works. What I'm going to do is I'm going to move it over here so I know where it's at. I started a virtual machine. I do want to clarify one thing, that I said I will always do this live, and for the most part it is live. I did start a virtual machine in the background so that we didn't have to wait on that, but I did not start Vegas Pro, so we're gonna start Vegas Pro. Now while Vegas Pro is starting, I'm gonna try to take this movie and bring it into the virtual machine. And the reason I say try is because if I don't have the tools in here properly, then it won't do it. Not a big deal. I'll get it over here. I mean, you know, the old saying, if there's a will, there's a way. Again, another one of our sayings. I will figure it out. I really enjoy the challenges of finding things. I really enjoy someone presenting me with a problem and then going and researching it and figuring it out. And if I can solve it, that's even better. So this is going to load in. While that's loading in, I want to see, which it don't look like it did. Okay, the last section did not complete properly. No, I don't want to restore the old thing we had going on. Honestly, don't remember what it was. It's not that big of a deal. But what I want to do is I want to minimize this because I have to get this movie over to the virtual machine. And if I can't do that, which it's looking like right now, I can't do that, then that's going to be an issue. There we go. I don't know if that's showing on the screen or not because I closed my building. I don't have my other monitor in here to watch it. I'm sure that it's getting rather dark. So, yep, it just showed up. But it shows up as I was afraid of. Nope, maybe not. So the first thing we're going to do is I'm going to make this smaller. I'm going to bring this up. Still 2 viewers. I want to just see where we're at here. More than anything, I want to see what's being shown. Okay, cool. So it looks like okay there. So what I want to do now is I want to jump back over here to this machine, and I'm going to put it right. Oh, where'd it go? It disappeared. Oh no, it didn't. It automatically moved it down here. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to click on it in the virtual machine, and we're going to see if it plays in the virtual machine, and it looks like it's going to play in the virtual machine. So that's good. That's a first. Maybe it's okay. And because we're in a virtual machine, and because we're broadcasting live, it's got an echo. That's fine. I don't want to turn the machine off. I want to turn the movie off. I get confused on that all the time. Okay, great. So now we know that's up and running. Now we're going to bring up Vegas Pro. We're going to go to New, File, and we're going to check our settings. You don't have to. It's just, in my opinion, it's best that you do that. So everything looks good. We're going to hit OK. Now I've got to have a source, so I'm going to grab that video and bring it into here. I can't do it from the host machine, and that makes sense. So we're going to expand this a little bit more. just so I can see enough of what's going on so that I have an idea of what's happening. We're going to minimize this. So they're not too far behind today. That's pretty cool. So here in just a second, all of this stuff right here, which is Electric Light, Van Halen, all that's going to go away. And I'm going to move that box to the center, so we're good. So now we're going to go down here to Explorer. I'm going to grab the video. Or try to grab the video anyway. So far it's not happening. And we're going to copy it, and then we're going to paste it into here if possible. Apparently we're not going to paste it into there, so not a problem. I've already did that. I want to import this doggone video, and I want to import it from, no, that's not what I want to do. I want to oh, I'm dumb. So I want to go over here to my desktop on this machine, and I want to find this video that I'm not seeing anywhere. So that's fine, because I'm going to minimize that for a second. I'm going to take this video, I'm going to make a folder real quick, and it's just going to be new folder whatever. I'll take the video and throw it in there. Now while that's doing that, we're going to jump back over here, and we're going to refresh this if we can. New. Okay. So I'm looking for new folder over here. I got new folder 2, new folder 3, video. Don't see any means to refresh it. There we go. New folder. And it's not showing up. Okay, not showing up, even though it plays on the virtual machine, and it's not showing up because it's an iMovie. Now, it is an iMovie. I'm going to minimize this. We're going to open up our VLC player. We are going to go get a file, which I know is in my desktop, and I know it's in a new folder, and I know it's right there. It shows up because VLC recognizes it. We're going to open it. We're going to expand this. Now again, it's going to play. That's not it. That's not the one I want. So that's the wrong one. That's interesting. Let's try that again. VLC. Or actually, while VLC's loading, let me go make sure I got the doggone, I put it in there. Yeah, that's not it. That's the wrong stupid one. Okay, my bad. I put the wrong video in there. So let's put that in there. Still the same thing. It's still a idiotic iPhone video. Now we'll go to VLC. We'll go to open the file. We'll go to the desktop, and we'll open up the right one, which is this one. And lo and behold, there it is. Right there. So we're going to stop it. We're going to play it. We're going to go to I think it's tools. I need to stop it because I don't want to fight the echo. And I should have done this over on the host machine, but like I said, I'm going to do everything live. So turn down the volume. What I'm looking for is the command to trim it. Which is probably going to be here in crop. Nope. Nope. Well, I'm going to have to do some thinking here now. In tools, maybe. Effects and filters. Let's try effects and filters. All I got to do is find the trim command. Okay. No problem. I'm going to close that. I'm going to get out of VLC because I don't want to mess with it for right now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to come in here to the new folder and we're going to try a different route. We're going to open it with photos. It's going to play because it played already. And sure as I say that, it don't play. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. There it is. So now we're going to come up here to edit and create. We're going to go to trim. And we're going to see this little blue dot right here. We don't have to trim off much. And you always have to trim it from the beginning. And I can't do anything in Vegas Pro until I get it to where I can do something with it. So I'm just going to grab a hold of this white dot and I'm going to trim off. It's 422. I'm going to trim off for 429. I'm going to take a second away. Then I'm going to come up here to save as. It's going to ask me how I want to save it. Now you'll notice the type is MP4. So I'm going to call this iPhone video test convert. That way my title doesn't get too long. And I want it's going to be in pictures, and that's fine for now. I'll move it in a minute. Although, why don't I go ahead and save it now in the new folder. Lost it. Go back to where I was at. I'm going to save it. I'm pretty sure it got saved, or at least it's saving. Okay, so it's not saving yet. Go up here to see all photos. Shouldn't be anything on here. and I don't see it. Interesting. Let me close photos completely. Jump back over to new. Still there. Alright, we're going to try this again in a minute. It'll be interesting to see why it did that, but I go to photos. We'll start over again. We're going to go to the video, right click, open with, and we want to open it with photos. Then you want to come up here to the edit and create. So I don't want to hear it. So I'm going to pause it because it don't need to be running. We're going to edit and create. We're going to trim. It goes and grabs the video. We're going to trim off 3 seconds of the video. And I'm going to have to remember that from now on when I do a video on the iPhone, is to have about 3 to 5 seconds of video with no audio so that we're not really losing anything. And we're going to come up here and click on Save As. We're going to just leave it image to 2656 trim. I'm going to try to save it elsewhere. I want to save it to my desktop. And I'm going to save it to my desktop. And there we go. This is probably going to take a minute because it's a 4-minute 28-second video. So we can let that run in the background. In the meantime, I can jump over here. So hopefully today this thing will get viewed a few times later tonight. I still don't know the time frame from when I end the live stream to when it becomes available for people to watch. I do know historically I've been seeing that people are watching my videos, which is good. I did enable comments. I had inadvertently enabled comments before. Now they're enabled. I just jumped back over here to see where this is at. I'm going to leave the cursor right there to see how long this is going to take. Bear in mind it's in a virtual machine. I could have done this off the camera, off live, and it would have been a whole lot faster. I had done it in the host machine, but I need it in my virtual machine. And I like doing things unscripted. I like doing things live. If I make a mistake, oh well, we make a mistake. Oh yeah, before I forget, I went out and got me a new COVID mask so that I can comply with the COVID requirements. COVID mask 101. Just my weird sense of humor. So this is buzzing right along. It's about a third of the way along there. So we're just going to let it run. Jump back over here. And going from there. So in the comment section, which I can't see, there should be 3 links. There should be a link to my discover and download free videos from Pixabay. And I need to put descriptions in there. I realized that a while ago. There should be a video link to taking care of a Schiffelera tree, and I honestly don't remember what the third one was for, but I know I put 3 of them in there. So, and there's no way I can jump over here and see what they were at the same time. So Ron came up with a great idea of blogging this is our cooking show, or cooking with the bald guy. Ron's bald. Me, I ain't got that problem. I got plenty of hair. It's just all white and gray. Yeah, really. I know, Ron. I shouldn't make fun of it like that, but I had to make a wrist thing for her, and that was what was left. So I thought, fits on my big nose, and she thought it was funny. I thought it was funny, but I know there will be people that, if they see it, they won't think it's funny. So this video is going through. I really wish there was a way to pause the stream, and if there is, I haven't figured it out yet. Again, that's how you know when people are editing stuff, is because they say, hey, I'll be right back after this is finished, and they come back literally seconds later, but in reality it's 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 minutes later, and I'm not going to do that. I'd rather sit here and, if there were other people in the chat room, talk to them. I'd rather sit here and listen to people's ideas on everything. So if I expand this over to here, let's see what happens to our screen. So I've been live for 37 minutes and 3 seconds, and Ron's been watching for 35 minutes and 24 seconds. It still hasn't caught up and moved the screen yet, and I'll be glad when it does. There we go. Great. So if I go to, this is one tip. It's growing Schiffeleras. I know that is one. I know we just got a Schiffelera, and I will jump back over here, take camera 1, and the best I can do, we just bought that. Looks pretty healthy. It's got some new growth, a couple different places. Kind of hard. That's new growth right there. It's just kind of hard to see. There's 2 new growths right there. So it was on sale at Walmart, and I asked the guy, would he go any lower? He lowered it by $3. So I said sold, and bought it right there on the spot. So hopefully we can get it to grow. And when I say we, me. The only thing I don't mess with is her orchids. She does her own orchids. Those are hers. I just make sure they don't have any water in the bottom of the container, because you can't have that. All right, it's a family friendly program, Ron. That's funny. So this guy here, and again, I won't know what's on the screen, because when I switch tabs up here, I'm looking into StreamYard. It's another streaming, just like OBS. I'm not going to pay $20 a month to have anything. I can check it out, and if I like it, I'll use it, but I'm not going to pay for it. There's screen sharing, banners, online screen comments. You can have 6 people participating, which would be great. $20 gets you 10 on screen, and $39 you don't get anything. You don't get any more people. So kind of shying away from that. This is a video I was watching on growing the Schiffelera. It's just kind of hard to listen to. And then my vice of keeping myself occupied when I got stuff running in the background. No money, only time, which is good. You can, they say you can do this on Facebook somehow. I haven't figured it out. Oh, there's an album, Cooking with Chef Ron. Sauteed corn, oyster, and squash for late lunch. Cooked with mixed love. Well, don't cook it with mixed love. Cook it with real love. Don't have that mixed stuff in there. Looks pretty good, actually. I'm not a big oyster guy, so that looks good. Here we go. Here's one of those brain twister things. Only respond if you plan to post and play. No party poopers. If I had 4 eggs, my rabbit lays 4 eggs. A thief gives me 3 eggs. My rooster lays 5 eggs. How many eggs do I have? Now, a lot of people are going to go, well, 4 and 4 is 8, and 3 is 11, and 5 is 16. But the catch here is roosters can't lay eggs. So you're going to have 11 eggs. My little brother, being humorous, says 7. I'm going to respond. I always like those things. That one was pretty obvious. Make sure I got it right in my head here. If you had 4 eggs, oh, you're going to have 7. Well, okay, so rabbits don't lay eggs. Rabbits are live bearers. So I got to stop and think about this a minute. 4 eggs, and the thief gives you 3 eggs. Logically, you would think you'd have 7. The rooster can't lay eggs, so you still got 7. I don't know. There's got to be a catch in there that I'm not figuring out. Let's see what she said. See, I'm gonna go with my first guess of 11. We'll see if I'm right or not. Meanwhile, I'm just gonna minimize this a little bit and see where we're at in the video. And it looks like we're done. Good. We can jump back. We can get back on some production here. Some real productive stuff going on. Apparently 11 was wrong. If I had 4 eggs, I'll have to get with her later and figure that out. That's interesting. So we're going to jump back over to here. This is done, and the only reason I know it's done is there's no bar going across the bottom anymore. So now, all I got to do is go find it. So I'm going to come over here to Photos, and it should be, and it's not. What in the world? Okay, so I'm going to close Photos. I'm going to close the new folder. I don't know where I put it. It's supposed to be in Photos, but it's not. Not there. So let's go see. Did I put it in? Bet I did. I bet I put it over here in pictures. And there's those 3. Well, doggone it. Where did I save that to? Oh, maybe right here. Nope, that's window 2021 February. Nope, that's not it. Wow, did it go to videos? Yeah, it did not. So one bad thing about doing stuff live is you really show sometimes how you stumble around with stuff. And I mean, I know that it did what it was supposed to do. Yeah, it's still an MOV file. There it is. Somehow I put it on the desktop. I don't see it on the desk. This is it, and it's an MP4 video. So we're going to grab that. We're going to put it down here in the new folder. And then we're going to close this. We're going to open a new folder. And then we're going to, you got image 2656. And then you got image 2656 trim. So if we click on that, it'll play in the movie maker, Windows Movie, whatever it is. So let's see if we can edit this thing. Again, I clicked on the wrong dumb thing.
See if I can put it into my.
So we put it over there. So let's bring up Vegas Pro again. Pardon me while I check something on my third hand, otherwise known as the phone. Some of these things are kind of easy to do. Some of these things are kind of hard to do. I got a feeling the answer is going to be 1. So now we're going to refresh this again. And there it is. It automatically shows up. That's one good thing I do like about this. It goes and finds this stuff for you just upon a refresh. So we're going to grab it. We're going to bring it down here. I don't want it played. I want to yeah, let's see what that shows. And then let's bring this down here. Okay, the bad thing about what I just did is very simply this. It's an iMovie, and I haven't figured out yet how to separate the image, which is right here, and this is the audio, which is right here. And you can tell that by coming over here, and you got the video, and then you got the audio, or the audio and the video. So I know how to come in here and actually put the fade in and the fade out. That's about all I know how to do. So we're going to come over here. I'm going to start this from the very beginning. And before I do that, I'm actually going to mute the soundtrack because I don't want the echo. So now we're going to go back to play from the beginning, and it's going to play, and it'll fade in. That's funny. Let's have some fun. Hello?
Hello.
Hello? 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 I had one earlier today, and I had so much fun on this. I had Lorna laughing in tears. They called about Medicaid and Medi-Cal, Medicare, Medicaid, a bunch of meta somethings. So I said, they asked, do you have any of that? I said, no, I don't, but I've got a shotgun. She goes, excuse me? I said, that's my health care. I have a shotgun. And she says, no, 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 sir. We're calling for, and again, she went through about three of them. I said, hold on. I'll see if they're here. So I put the phone off to the side and I yelled into the other room, hey, it's Medicaid, Medi-Cal, Medicaid, all this nonsense. Are you home? And the girl's like, no, 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 sir. I said, nope, they're not home. I said, is there anybody else you want to talk to? So it was pretty funny. She was flustered. So, look, I didn't pay any attention. I was sending a message on the thing. I'm going to go ahead and watch this through the end. And then the next thing I want to do is I'm actually going to three people. Hey, welcome into watching us convert this over from an iMovie to an MP4 format. And now we're watching it on Vegas Sunny Pro. We've made no changes whatsoever other than we added in a fade at the front of the movie, and there'll be a fade at the back, which will be a real sharp fade because I didn't do it right, and it's going to drop drastically. So, yeah. I'm going to make some changes here in a minute to this, but this is I need to do this because unless I'm going to go out and buy me a DSLR video camera, I've got to be able to take everything on my iPhone, or I go get me get my 35 millimeter battery so I can use it, but that'll get cumbersome. So I'm thinking about buying me a video camera to use. Just a good test, good experiment as to what's going on. Now I can come up here, and roosters don't have eggs, Ron. Roosters are the male of the chicken species. They fertilize the eggs that the females lay. That's why you can eat eggs, because if you don't have a rooster like we do, you get non-fertilized eggs, and you can have eggs every morning like we do because we get 4 fresh eggs every day. We're soon to get 16 fresh eggs because the new Jollibee are going out into their new home probably Saturday or Sunday when it gets a little bit warmer. I've been opening the garage door during the day and let them get acclimated to the weather as it is anyway. So far, again, I apologize. If I turn the audio on, you'll see why I don't want to play it. Well, maybe it's not going to echo now. I don't know. It was echoing a while ago. So, and I don't have anything muted. So if it's playing, it's playing. Hey, Ron, is the audio playing on the video? Let me move you over here. That's funny. Rabbits don't lay eggs. Rabbits are live bearing. So I turned the audio back on, but I don't have anything. I guess I could go in the other room and put YouTube on the TV. It's about over. This is where I was demonstrating how my fence was all messed up. And I went down. I didn't realize it moved that much from that end. I just got to go out there and repack it. This should be about the end. I think I ended it here. I'm watching down below. It says it ends in 4 seconds, and it's up to a minute, or it's up to 3 seconds. It's got about 30 seconds to go. And I covered up the part where it was showing if anyone was watching or not. So that'll be cool. Still got 3 people watching, and I really appreciate people watching. I find that to be so neat. Oh yeah, here you go, Ron. Jollibee says hi. There's our 4 hens. They survived the cold snap in the 11.5 inning. Here we go. Here comes the fade. This will fade out here in just a second. Got so much work to do. Really looking forward to the really looking forward to the weather breaking and getting outdoors and mowing the grass and doing the garden. So the fade should start here in about 3 seconds. And then I went in and showed everybody the new chickens, our dirty car from the weather. Those used to be the babies. We got those as little chicks in December, and now they're just fully grown chickens. I really like the coloring on that, on those. The black ones and the light brown ones with their striping. I was trying to get it through the fence or the wire, whatever it is, and I couldn't do it. So let's see how this fades out, because the fading should start pretty abruptly, and it should just go zip down to a blank black end of the video, about right. Huh. Now that was odd. Okay, that's pretty, I mean, it did fade. It did what it was supposed to. So there's that. Now, in order to put effects and everything in it, as far as I understand it, and who's ever watching, if you know anything about Sony Vegas Pro 17, shoot me an email on, or send, leave a comment in the messages after it goes there, or if you have a channel, say hi in the chat room. I'm just getting started on this. I will take any and all help that I can get. So I know if we come right here, if we hit S, then we've split both the audio and the video. And now we've got really 2 separate videos. So let's see if I fade this, what it does. So I'm going to move my cursor over to here. Again, I'm going to mute that. Let's see what it does here. Should be extremely slow. Kind of come in. Boy, by extremely slow, I mean extremely slow. There it comes. I like that kind of. I have to figure out how to maybe speed it up. I like the fact that it's coming in kind of dark. And since it picks it up in the middle of the video, that's pretty cool too. Because if you stop that and you watch it over here, and you see the difference in, this is where before the split, it's good and bright in the sidewalk. And then if you come over here, this is after the split. And it's just, it fades itself in. So we're at 59 minutes. Big difference in how that comes in. I'm going to run this up here to give myself some room, but I didn't really gain anything. Let me see if I can do. Yep, I can do that. I need to figure out real quick how I move the sound, the audio track, because I got a feeling if I delete the audio track, it's going to delete it all. And it did. No big deal. You can always come up here to the undo option, undo it, and it's there. Or you can go into the file and undo it. Or I'm sure there's a hotkey that you can undo it, and I just haven't learned the hotkey yet. Let's see if we can add an effect. So we're going to go to transition, and we're going to go to I guess this one, I don't know. And we're going to try to put it right there. Well, I must have done something right on the first go around, because it shows that it's there, because it popped up with the box for all the stuff. The border colors are going to be pink, I guess. I didn't think I grabbed that one, but that's fine. So we're just going to say, if I find it, which I don't see it, we're going to hit yep. We're going to keep that, and then we're going to do away with the fade. We're going to hit play, and it should play almost immediately. Oh no, hey, I like this. What do you think, Ron? But I got to be able to make that star bigger or faster. I like that. But I see one I even like even better. So let's do this. Let's stop that. And we're going to undo that. And then we're going to undo that. So that gets away, that gets that away. And we're going to grab this one and we're going to bring it down here. Good. That one, I think I got maybe this figured out. So again, I'm going to, okay, here we go. Let's see what we think about this one. So far, I don't like it. Oh, there we go. You got to look in between the edges, so I'm not really liking that. Not as much as I thought I would. Is the middle shrinking? Looks like the middle is shrinking. Yeah, I think the middle is shrinking. So I don't like that as much as I thought I would. But the cool thing is, I have learned here in a matter of seconds how to do this. So, yep, that's pretty neat. The first one, Ron. Okay, so let's do this. Let's stop it and undo it. So let's see about this one. Let's see what happens with this one. And again, I'm not making any adjustments. I'm just using the stuff as we do it. Or as it's set. There's just I am so thankful, I guess is the word I want, that Ron said, hey, learn how to do this so we can do this. And the eventual goal is I'm going to teach Ron how to do it so he can do his thing with his. Ron's a hell of a photographer. If I had half his talent that he has as a photographer, I'd be wonderfully happy. He's got some awesome, just spectacular photography. He should sell it, but not everybody wants to do that. What do you think about the purple one? Okay, so we can play with this later. I mean, we'll figure it out. I'm gonna once again undo it. I'm gonna try this one. I'm just curious as to see what it's like. Probably not going to like it. Yeah, I don't like that one as much as I thought I would. The problem is I forgot to take the fade out. So, yep, pretty neat. Do some studying. I'll figure this out. So we're going to take that away. We're going to grab the fade. We're going to stop it because you can't do it when it's live. We're going to grab the fade. We're going to get rid of the fade. We're going to grab this and we're going to bring it down. Okay, so apparently you have to have a little bit. All right, bear with me a minute. I know this is hard to watch. Okay, here we go. Check this one out and tell me what you think about this one. That's not what I thought it was. So I guess the next thing I'm going to have to figure out is how to effectively speed or slow things up. I mean, that's tumbling and rumbling. That's like Harabas there. They've just sped it up. Plus, it's fading. And right now, the only way I know to do it is to put the thing in there and then put that in there behind it. And I don't think that's what you're supposed to do. Okay, I mean, that's better. It's just it started out dark because of the fade. I've got to figure out how to put the effect in without the fade, which I'm sure you can do. No doubt in my mind. So now let's see if we can edit that somehow. Oh, look, you can edit that. So it's got the X position, the Y position, the Z position. The rotation is at 1. Let's put the rotation up to 3, 3, and 3. And we're going to play it again and see what happens here. I just changed, no clue, I just changed the rotation, but again, I've got a funny feeling that the fading in, see right there, it's fading in, so that's why it's so dark. I'm not sure why. Hopefully it fades a little, the rotation is a little fast. That does seem to be a little bit faster to me. And the more eyes that we get upon it, the better off it's going to be. So I just wonder, while that's playing, yeah, it's much faster. I wonder if we can okay, gonna have to do some research because I wanted to put an effect on the next section coming up, but it won't let me do it because there's no fade in offset. Drag to adjust the length of the fade in at the applied event. So let's get rid of the fade now that we got that. Uh-oh. That's the fade in offset. That's what we want. No, that's what I want. Oh, okay. So let's do, can I grab, okay, I'm trying to figure something out here. Again, it's live for a reason. Nope, you can't. Well, I bet I can do this. You have an animate button on here, and I have no clue what that is. It's a little faster. I just split it because what I want to do now is, yeah, that's a lot faster on the spinning. So I'm kind of okay with that. I'm going to have to play around with that. I want to come over here, and I actually want to see if I can delete it there. Ah, it's not what I want. So I deleted the whole thing. So I'm going to redo it and bring it back. You'll see that here in a minute. You'll catch up with me, or I'll catch up with you. There's got to be transition properties. Okay, I think I got rid of it, so now I'm going to try this one. I'm just trying to teach myself some things here. I'm just using a... Okay, so check this one out. Tell me what you think. It's just too slow. I like it, but it's too slow. I'm really going to have to do some research. Okay, that worked out pretty good. So we've been an hour 14 minutes. We figured out how to, which I kind of already knew in the back of my mind what needed to be done, how to um, um, converted iMovie over to MP4 so you can come in here and it, excuse me, MP4 can be pretty much watched on any format. Um, let's see what I think about this one. And again, I'm not messing with anything. I'm just getting them, testing them out, and seeing what I think. Probably as choppy as hell because it's in the virtual machine. In fact, let's see if that is truly it. So I'm going to stop this. I'm going to reduce my section. I'm going to move my section and reduce my section, and then I'm going to put my section right up against the other one, and I'm going to bring this other one over here, and I'm going to go in here and pick up something here. Alright, we'll play with this one. We're going to bring it down here. We're going to add it. The angle is 45 degrees. The direction is in. I don't see any means to speed it up. You can have a border. See how that goes. I don't see any means to speed this up, so we will go with what we got. I'm going to play it in here to see what it looks like on here. Yeah, it's just slow. So because it's slow, what I want to do is, it's going to be a throwaway video anyway. I mean, I've got it. I got the master. I can do with what I want. We're going to come over here and we're going to figure out, oh, we got to render it. Okay, so this is where I learned too. You don't save it, you render it. So we're going to bring our thing right to here. We're going to go all the way back and highlight it. We're going to go up to options, I think it was. Tools. I want to render it, and the only thing I see is render to a new track. I don't necessarily want to do that. I want to render what I have. Okay, quarantine enable, snap, auto, ripple. Not seeing render. I don't want to insert anything. I don't want to change the view. I want to render it. In other words, save it. And I'm not sure why I can't do that. You know, I know I'm not the world's most so once again, I've got it highlighted, and maybe it's not up top, maybe it's in here. Nope, that's not it. Alright, so how do I render in Vegas?
.1080p for YouTube. So what we're going to do first of all is we're going to click on this project video properties wheel.
Yeah, I know all that. I think I'd remember how to do this. Let me jump back over here while this is, let me pause this. You think I'd remember how to do this? Yeah, I don't change any of this, so it should all stay the same. So he was talking about all of that nonsense, and that's all good. Let me jump back over there and see.
Is Sony ABC/NBC, and we're gonna pick Internet 1920 by 1080. That's for me. If I am gonna select Sony ABC, a lot of format. The top left, we're gonna click Render As. Now top left, we're gonna click Render As. Now we can actually pick a lot of formats. Which one do we need?
Well, according to him, I should be able to come in here if I'm not missing something. And I'm not. Oh, yeah, I was. Okay. So we're going to go File, Render As. It's going to bring up some choices, and there are a couple choices. I don't know if these stay locked in or not. And I really appreciate the 3 people that are watching, whoever you are. I really appreciate you putting up with what's going on. I'm no pro at this by no means. Probably won't be a year from now if I stick with this for an entire year. Because it's on a virtual machine, it's rather slow. I'm going to actually build a computer for specifically this reason, which will be video editing and broadcasting, and nothing else. So we want to use not Magic's AVC, ACC, MP4. We want the one down here that says, well, there should be another one. So we're going to use it, and we're going to leave everything as it is. MP4 is the main thing. Internet, high definition 1080p, 59.94 frames per second, which translates to 60. We're going to hit render. We already have it highlighted. And again, this will take a while to do. So we're going to sit here and be bored again. Not much going on. While this is rendering, I'm going to go check 2 things. One, my blind to my right, my left, and then I'm going to go see if my dinner's ready to be thrown in the oven. Give me 1 moment while this renders. Okay, I'm back. Let's see where. Oh, this is going to take forever to render. And I do mean forever. It's only at 12%. It says it's got about 23 minutes left to go. So I think what I'll do, since we're at an hour and 27 minutes, is I think oh, I gotta laugh at Ron talking about his wonderful hairdo. Yeah, I could see where that could be a problem. I mean, what is there to maintaining? You just take it and put shaving cream up there and zhup, and you're, as we Filipinos say, zhup, and you're done. And I don't mean any ill will against anyone. My wife's Filipina. I pick up on some of the things that she does and says, and then I'll make the comment that, yep, that's what we Filipinos do. I by no means mean anything negative about it. I have so much respect for people and for the Filipino people that I just, I don't mean any harm. So here we are, a minute 28. I'm going to wrap this up. Now we have 4 viewers. Welcome in, who's ever watching. If you can if you can join the chat, join the chat. If you have a channel, it's my understanding to leave or to join the chat, you have to have a YouTube login and you have to have a channel in order to do that. I have no clue. I haven't researched it that much. That's just what I was told, and it was verified over the weekend by a secondhand source, obviously. But as far as coming from YouTube, I don't know. But now there are 4 people. I don't really want to sit here for the next, let's see where we're at in our rendering. We're up to 16%. Says there's about 28 minutes remaining. And again, it's because it's in the virtual machine and it's going to take a little bit of time because of that, and I understand that. And I don't want to sit here and yep, that's right, Ron. That's how we Filipinos do it. So, 6'4", 280 Filipino, white skin, white hair. That's funny. Appreciate who's ever watching. Thanks for joining us. This was a real quick hour and 29 minutes on taking a video shot with the iPhone, converting it, which we did using the Photos app in Windows 10 by trimming off a little over 2 seconds of the video, saving it, saves it in the MP format. MP format will play just about anywhere in the world nowadays. More importantly, I can work with MP format in my Vegas Pro 17, and we added some effects, and because of the lagginess and the jumping around, I wanted to go ahead and render it. Later this evening, I will do a second part to this. I'll just add to the title part 2, and we'll play it on the host machine, which shouldn't have any lags whatsoever, and I'm hoping some of these effects go pretty quick. Again, if you know Vegas Pro 17 or you know anything about video editing, comment, email me, let me know. I will take all the lessons I can get. I'll take all the criticism I can get. I'll take all the help I can get. I don't know that much about it. I just started roughly 3 weeks ago. Quite honestly, I'm surprised I've gotten this far. So what I am most proud about is I have figured out OBS, and this is what we started out with, is the Wednesday evening transfer of an iMovie. Tonight I'll come in here and I will change this part right here to Wednesday evening transfer of iMovie part 2, and we'll play it after it gets rendered and see what it looks like. It's gonna look crappy and horrible because of what we did. It's not anything professional. This is just a learning curve for me and for Ron. Ron's the guy that comes up with the ideas. I'm the guy that tries to put them all together. Ron's out in where I used to live in Las Vegas, and I'm 1,800 miles away in the middle of Illinois. So let's jump back over here for a minute. Hour and a half. Got dinner started. Let me see what the rendering's got to go yet. That's at 20%. It's got about 30 minutes to go. So I could sit here and talk for 30 minutes. Don't misunderstand me. I could very easily do that, and it would be so boring. But I'm not going to do that. I don't know any good jokes. My only one joke I know most people don't get. So shoot me a message. Look me up on Facebook. Go to my channel. Comment on some of the other videos. I don't know exactly how far I am as far as videos go. I did put some links in there. One of them is growing Chifalera. The other one is the Pixabay. And I think apparently I put in there to convert an iPhone. Yeah, I watched this. I mean, I didn't figure it out on my own. 20 useful websites is good. And then this all music right here, I am going to go ahead and, again, Ron, if someone someone says anything in live chat, let me know. My wife's high school friend from the Philippines visited over the weekend, and he enlightened me to this website called All Music. And you can come in here and let's just say you want to look up Aerosmith. You type in Aerosmith, come down here to Aerosmith and click on the first one. And it's got an overview, their biography, their disc graphic, the songs, credits, awards, la. So if you want to find out anything about them personally, you click on the biography, and I'm probably going to lock the machine up again. I did this over the weekend. I was pretty proud of myself because it's an i7 processor with 24 gigabyte of RAM, and it really kind of hard sometimes to lock it up, but it looks like I'm in the process of doing that. So I'm going to close down and I'm only running one browser. Usually I run 2 or 3. So let's figure out what I'm going to. Yep, I've killed the machine. I knew it. 35 minutes to go. It's just taxing. It's just really taxing the machine. We're back over here to Aerosmith. Click on biography, and it tells you everything about them, where they came from, how they got started, the original members, their albums, their successful albums. I really liked Aerosmith back in the 70s. In fact, this Get Your Wings, I think, probably one of the best albums I've ever heard. Get Your Wings. I used to have Toys and Act. I've got all of this music on MP4 and on a flash drive somewhere. I've recently gotten back into vinyl, and I've got quite a few albums. I have no Aerosmith. I found it pretty interesting. I was really happy that he said, hey, go look at this. So you just put in any band, like if you want to know Boston, without the I. Again, go to the first one. It's going to bring it up. Go to biography. Now the memory's caught up, and tells you the history of Boston. You want to know how the disc came out? It gives you the order of the disc. 1976 was the first one. I'd have lost money on that. I would have thought it was sooner. Gives you all their songs. You can do it by album or singles or however you want to do it. Awesomely cool site. I really do like it. Looking into SteamYard again, I'm contemplating switching to it or trying it out. They have the free version, $20 version, and $39 version. I don't see much difference in the free to the 20 to the 39. In fact, if 10 people participating is the most you can get. That's a lot of people, I understand that, but I watch this one channel where a guy has 400 and 500 people watch him every night, and 50, 60 people comment in the chat room. I'd be happy with 2 or 3 people, maybe up to 5 would be my immediate goal. But right now I've got 5 subscribers, and they're all friends and family, so waiting on that first, hey, you don't know me, but this is cool, keep it up, or this sucks, stop what you're doing, don't quit your day job, so to speak. This is the guy I watch out of Glendale, Arizona. He actually builds computers, and I'm going to build a computer following one of his videos. It's pretty simple. And as you can see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 people that are commenting in his chat. And at the current time that I was watching this, I don't think it's going to... Yeah.
The reason I love using StreamYard, well, that's easy. I can make, me, Chris Brogan, I can make a show like the Backpack Show. It says places being sold this month or this week.
Yeah, it didn't. It was streamed 19 hours ago live, so it's not giving me the amount of people that were watching it. But the reason I'm putting things in there, I seen this, so I've got to go out in the descriptions. I put 3, but my idiot thinking I forgot to put what it was. So that's that. And then earlier in the video I showed my Schiffelera that we just bought, so I'm learning to care for it. And then of course this is us going on right now. And we've lost 2 people, but that's fine. I've probably bored people to death. I'm just trying to kill an hour and a half. So let's go see how much more stream rendering we got to do. Oh, up to 42 minutes. All right, Ron, I'm going to call it a night at 1 hour 40 minutes here, which is 1 minute and 7 seconds away. Appreciate you watching. Appreciate you keeping up with me. I will talk to you later, and I'll let you know when I